Hello everyone, Storm11 here. Today we'll be talking about an Alberta Clipper system that could bring in widespread light to moderate snowfall across parts of the Midwest, Great Lakes, even to parts of the Ohio Valley as well, maybe even to parts of the Northeast as well. We'll also check out how much snow could accumulate with the system as well. We'll also talk a little bit about the next system here as well for next week. So we're going to get started with the HRRR model here. We actually got going on here, we got what's known as snow squalls. If you guys do not know what snow squall is, they are pretty much very heavy snowfall showers, or snow showers that can produce a lot of snow in a short period of time. It's what they are. You can possibly see a quick inch or two of snow out of these snow squalls. And checking out with the HRRR model here shows a lot of them out there. Usually it's a little overkill when it comes to snow squalls. So we'll bias with the model here. You can see here how those snow squalls do continue across parts of northern Illinois, parts of Iowa, Wisconsin, even get into parts of Michigan and northern Indiana as well. But also check out the western part of Michigan. That's actually, most of that's actually lake effect snow. And it could be pretty heavy at times here. See, in decibels, almost 50. That's pretty high, but I do think that's a little overkill, though. You got this reinforcing frontier that moves by across parts of the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley. We had that cold front that came through yesterday. That mainly brought in a line of showers, even some thunder showers as well. But this frontier is going to bring more in the way of much colder air. Might just be cold enough on the backside here. A little bit of snow could pop up. If you can check it out here, there's a little speck right there of some mixed snow mixed in there as well. It depends on how much rain could fall. If it does if it does form in more way of heavy rainfall, it could be cold enough for at least a short period of some snow as well. It's maybe one of those situations there. It pops up again by tomorrow morning here. You can see here the higher elevations in West Virginia, southeastern Kentucky, even to parts of Virginia as well. Could see some snowfall. And after that system passes by, the Great Lakes stay active. Off of Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, even off of Lake Erie as well. Got a mix of lake effect rain and snow showers, and some of those snow showers could be pretty heavy at times as well. And then look what pops up here on the northwest part, or at least the top left of your screen. We got what's called an Alberta Clipper system. And these are Clipper systems that come out from Alberta, Canada. And they can usually bring in a wave of light to moderate snowfall and some other mixed precipitation modes as well. And these here are not very impressive systems at all, but they can bring in a random some light to moderate snow. It could pin in some accumulations. So this is now getting into Saturday night into early Sunday morning. You got this big wave of light to moderate snowfall going on across parts of Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Those lakes, even Lake Michigan here, is looking very active as well with that lake effect snow as well being mixed in there. You can see how that continues to move off to the southeast here. Eventually, it's going to slow down. Now you got widespread light to moderate snowfall across a lot of states here. You got most of Michigan, Wisconsin, parts of Indiana, Ohio, even to parts of northern Kentucky, parts of West Virginia, even get into parts of Pennsylvania as well. And you can see how that kind of continues on as well throughout the day on Sunday here. So travel may be an issue here across a lot of these states here as well, at least for light to moderate snowfall. Could bring in some quick accumulations as well. Those soil temperatures are going to be very warm, which I'll show you guys that in just a moment. Let's check out the NAM here, and you can see here again with those snow squalls going on across parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes. Rest of today and tomorrow, those Great Lakes should stay active throughout the day tomorrow. Here comes this Clipper system here, a little bit stronger here, 1,030 millibar low here, but it does show a lot of snow with this system here actually. Well, probably a little too aggressive here with this model run here. It shows snowfall as far south as parts of southern Kentucky. And you got snowfall going on pretty much the entire state of Michigan, most of Indiana, good chunk of Ohio, even a good chunk of Wisconsin as well, back into parts of Minnesota and the Dakotas, bringing a pretty good shot of snow. And eventually that moves off to parts of the east and northeast, across West Virginia, Pennsylvania, even getting into parts of New York as well for some of those northeastern states as well. Mainly the interior northeast could see some of that action as well. And the run's not even finished yet, by the way. So, but you can see her there. I think the NAM may be a little bit too aggressive with that, but it is possible though we could see at least a widespread swath of some light to maybe moderate snowfall as well. Here's the high-res NAM here, and you can see here shows a very similar solution to the NAM. Shows widespread light to moderate snowfall across parts of Wisconsin, Michigan, parts of Indiana, Ohio, even getting to as far south as parts of Kentucky as well. And you see here, then again, a very similar solution here, but also I think at the same time here, I think it's a little bit too aggressive here with the snowfall. I don't think it won't be as widespread as that. We'll check out the High-Res Canadian. We haven't seen this model here in a long time. It has done pretty well last year, so we'll use it this year again. So this is more of a national view here. And you can see here with this Clipper system moving off to the southeast here, it's not as aggressive as some of the other models here. I do think this is a little bit more accurate though when it comes to how heavy the snowfall or how high the snowfall rates could be. Brings in a widespread swath of some rain and snow showers across the Great Lakes region, eventually getting into parts of the Ohio Valley in the interior northeast. You can certainly see here how all that snowfall moves across parts of New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, eventually up to parts of Maine as well. Now, there is some uncertainty when it comes to snowfall accumulations. Why? Well, let's check out those soil temperatures. This is 2 to 5 centimeters below the ground, and where you see these blue covers here up across parts of Minnesota, Iowa, and the Dakotas, those are soil temperatures 30 to about 40 degrees. So it is a little bit above freezing, and if you want snowfall to accumulate, well, you need moderate to at least heavy snowfall in order to accumulate. But unfortunately, over time, it'll start to melt because those soil temperatures are pretty warm. They're actually too warm for snowfall to accumulate. It gets worse when you move further to the east, where you got those green colors there. Those are temperatures, well, and even for the bright yellow colors as well, those are temperatures anywhere from as low as 40 degrees to maybe as high as 50 degrees. Now, that's getting to the very warm stuff there. And the warmer the temperatures are, the harder it's going to be to accumulate. Even though you'll get a widespread swath of light to moderate snow, the majority of it is not going to accumulate because of these very warm soil temperatures. You'll probably see model guidance show maybe 7 to 8 inches of snow, but in reality, it may be as low as maybe a coating to maybe as high as 2 to 3 inches. It's not going to be a whole lot of snow to accumulate. You may get a lot of snow that falls from the sky, but a lot of this is not going to accumulate. It gets worse when you get into parts of the Ohio Valley. Those are soil temperatures getting around 60 degrees at least. So those are very warm uh, soil temperatures. And here's the map legend again. And you can see here, again with those yellow colors and even the green colors as well, anywhere from 40 to 50 degrees. And those orange colors, 55 to 60 degrees as well. And then again, this is 2 to 5 centimeters below the surface. So very warm soil temperatures here. So if you want snowfall to accumulate, especially with these areas here that are very warm, you're going to need heavy snowfall. And this system here is going to bring in mainly light to moderate snowfall. And if you're just going to say light snowfall throughout the entire event, there's a good chance that you probably won't see enough on the ground here. Probably the only spots you'll see snowfall to accumulate is probably either on your rooftops, concrete driveways, or the overpasses as well. The concrete stuff here, it could cool down very easily, easier than blacktop as well, and even for the ground as well. So it's going to be very difficult for a lot of snowfall to accumulate. And you know what? The accumulations are not going to be very impressive at all with this system here because of these very warm soil temperatures. So let's check out them snowfall accumulations. This is what's called the Cuchera ratio. And does not include with soil temperatures, however, it's still very accurate. What it does here, it takes of how cold the air is at the surface, or even across parts of the atmosphere as well, and also how much moisture is up there. The higher the two, or at least if there's more moisture, if it's colder, higher the ratio is. But if it's not really cold and there's not a whole lot of moisture, not a whole lot of snow is going to fall from the atmosphere or from those clouds. So that's what the Cuchera ratio is, and it automatically calculates that. And this is what you kind of get. And you can see here, it's not very impressive here. And here's what a 10-to-1 ratio looks like. It just stays at this ratio here. It just stays there. Look at the big difference here with the ratios here. This is not the Cuchera ratio here, and this is the HER model. Check out all that snowfall for western Michigan here. Way too much snowfall up there, in my opinion here. I mean, it's got 15 inches of snow. That's way too high. But if we use the Cuchera ratio, it's much lower. And you can see our snowfall amounts are not very impressive here. But also keep in mind this does not go for the entire event. I'll show you guys the NAM, high-risk NAM, and high-risk Canadian here. But then again, look at Western Michigan here. But also keep in mind here, they're going to see lake effect snow, and a lot of that lake effect snow here could be heavy at times as well. So it's going to be a little bit easier to accumulate up there than it is down here for south, where we're not going to see any lake effect snow. Here's the NAM here. And you can see here, it's not very impressive here with lake effect snow, which honestly I had to disagree with that, with the lake effect snow potential there. I think we could see maybe anywhere from maybe as low as 3 inches of snow, could be as high as maybe 6 inches of snow for some places, or maybe 5 inches of snow, depending on your snowfall rates. But anyways here, you can see here, not a whole lot of snowfall out here. I think the only areas here that have a better chance to accumulate pretty much, or better, I should say, will be across parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin here. You can see here the snowfall amounts are better up there. Anywhere from 3, maybe as low as 2 inches to as high as 5 inches of snow. So, and that's also where we got soil temperatures closer to freezing as well, even below freezing in some places. So, yeah, it's going to be much easier to accumulate up there. Really, for areas up there, all you really need is moderate snowfall up there. And I'm pretty sure some of those areas still have snow on the ground here from their winter storm yesterday up in northern Minnesota as well. So that also may help with the snowfall to accumulate as well. Now, I do disagree the fact here. It does show snowfall accumulations across parts of Kentucky, southern Indiana, southern Ohio. I don't think we're going to see accumulations down here. The soil temperatures are going to be way too warm. Even for a heavy snowfall, it's still going to be very difficult for the snow to accumulate on the ground. So highly doubt we're going to see snowfall accumulations down here. I think the better potential to see snowfall accumulations, this is more for the system by itself, not from the lake effect snow. I think it's going to be these areas in here that may have a better chance to see snowfall accumulations in here, even including all of Michigan as well, of course, and upper Michigan, but it's also mixed in with lake effect snow as well. But the areas in the red circles here, even for upper Michigan as well, I think that's where we have the better opportunity to see snowfall accumulations. Could be as low as a coating, could be as high as 2 inches if you're lucky enough. But up in just to the east of Lake Michigan, though, like I said earlier, it could be as high as 6 inches. But then again, that's going to be very isolated. Lake effect snow can be pretty difficult to predict as well when it comes to snowfall totals. So yeah, on that. Here's the high-res NAM solution here, and you can see here, maybe a little bit over the top here, maybe a little bit overdone here. But then again here, shows a pretty good swath of anywhere from 1 inch to 1 inch of snow to maybe as high as 2.5 inches of snow here. But then again, I don't think we're not going to see this much snowfall here. It could be as low as maybe a coating, could be as high as 2 inches. Then again, if you're lucky enough here. But then again, east of Lake Michigan here, with that lake effect snow here, that's where we're going to have some of those higher snowfall totals as well, which has got as high as 6 inches of snow in some places. And then we check out the Harvest Canadian here, which has been doing a pretty good job, at least for last year it has. I'm not sure about this year, but you can see it's got most of your snowfall more focused across parts of North Dakota and Minnesota, even to parts of Wisconsin, Upper Michigan, and Western Michigan as well, where snowfall totals is anywhere from 4 to maybe as high as 6 inches of snow. But where we have the lake effect snow machine on, that's probably where we're going to have some of those higher snowfall totals. So you got off of Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, even off of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario as well without lake effect snow as well. And then again, it's going to be pretty difficult to predict the lake effect snow potential of how much snow you could get. So, yeah, on that. But then again here, I think the better opportunity to see snowfall accumulations here, at least the best chance here, probably the areas where I've circled here. So you got the one little spot there, and probably across these regions up here as well. I think these are the areas in the red here. It's probably where we're going to have the better opportunity to see snowfall accumulations. Anybody south of that, the chances are pretty slim here. But then again, it really depends on your snowfall rates as well. If you get heavy snowfall, you could get quick accumulations. But then again, it's probably going to melt afterwards as well. So that's the Alberta Clipper system out of the way. Let's talk about the next system that will be coming in next week. And you can see there goes the Alberta Clipper system. Could bring in snowfall across the interior northeast as well. At the same time, you guys a storm system in the northwest that'll be coming off the Rockies. This could be another big system here as well, but in terms for the United States, not really. It's not showing a whole lot of snow on the backside here. Not much away severe weather. However, check these isobars here in the warm sector. You got isobars pretty close together here. It's actually closer together than the last system that we had. Well, from the last system, I should say, um, yesterday. So that could mean some gusty winds as well. That probably be the biggest concern of out of the system here, especially when it rapidly deepens here. You see in 6 hours it drops 2 millibars as well. So in the warm sector here, it could be very windy across a lot of these regions in here as well. And there's some model differences here. There's some uncertainties with the wind gust potential here. The GFS is the most aggressive model here, but it's still something to watch here for now. Here's our trailing cold front here, but then again, we are not expecting any severe weather out of the system here as well, so that's some good news there. I think my only concern here is probably these stronger winds here. Even on the backside of this low here, it could be very gusty as well, and also the warm sector as well could be very gusty as well. If we check out those wind gusts, this is 6 o'clock on Tuesday. See here across parts of the Southern Plains, it's going to be pretty windy down there, and it just gets stronger when you get later into the night there. 50 plus mile per hour winds, pretty strong here. Even for winds over 40 miles per hour, it could be considered strong winds, even without showers and thunderstorms as well. That'd be enough to do possibly some damage out there as well. And here's 6 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday. You got widespread wind gusts to 45 plus here across parts of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, even moving into parts of Kentucky and Ohio, eventually up to parts of Michigan as well. But then again, this is the aggressive solution. If we look at the European model, it shows a different story here. Wind gusts are definitely not as strong here. It also has a low pressure system trying to develop down to parts of Texas and Oklahoma. So that's a little bit of a different solution for you. And then it does pick up on some stronger wind gusts across parts of the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley as well still. But also, check out the backside of this low here. Across Wisconsin, Dakotas, and Minnesota, Upper Michigan. Strong winds again for some of those areas as well here, where they just some of these areas just experienced some pretty strong winds yesterday, even for today, even continuing on today as well. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, very strong up there as well. Even for the Great Lakes region as well, could be very windy. And eventually that system does move out as well. So there is some model differences here with the wind gusts here, some uncertainties here, but we'll pay attention to the system here very closely here over the next couple of days. But anyways, guys, that's all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, put in the comment section down below. Alright, you guys questions. And I see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.